episode of Spilled Ink with our hosts,
Emily
and Daidus, and we have a guest.
That was impressive.
I do it too much.
do it every week.
I'm Dustin. I go as Inkwell on the internet.
Inkwell, what was it? It's the full thing's Inkwell Illustrations, right?
That's Instagram. I'm trying to drop it.
Ooh.
Illustrations is my father, so.
I do the same
I'm just
thing.
Inkwell.
I know you make a lot of videos talking about your experience as like a independent artist and your experience with everything revolving around illustrating for a job, an artist alley, all that good stuff. We're gonna get into that as we draw, but you're visiting Japan right now. Welcome.
Yeah.
What are we doing today, Dustin?
So we're gonna do
Yes, Dustin, what are we doing?
some simple sketches. We're gonna do some simple sketches, and then we're gonna do some gouache, which is
We never done gouache
I've never
before.
done gouache.
to be fair, I'm very rusty with gouache. I'm actually an oil painter technically when I did traditional, but it's I think the closest thing to it that's will dry in this video. I would suggest starting out pretending like it's watercolor, water it down and take it slow, and then once you get more comfortable you can start building it up because it can be very opaque and you can kind of paint over your mistakes.
So what's the difference between watercolor and gouache?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
Well, watercolor's transparent and gouache is kind of the opaque version of watercolor in a lot of ways.
Is it like the in-between, but between like watercolor and like acrylic?
Sort of. Acrylic is different in the way that it's like plastic, so like once it dries it's there. Gouache is water soluble, so you can reactivate it. So just be careful if you put a lot of water over a spot that you like, that it could get a little sketchy.
So
Okay.
let's get down to business here. So
I've
do
already
you wanna...
thought about what I wanted to draw / paint. I decided to go for something kind of simple-ish.
Right.
Because it's my first time. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to do an entire landscape with my first time gouache. I wanted to paint a croissant. Why is that funny? Why is that funny?
A food artist. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, well, because I love food art, but I personally never really draw food. And
Strawberries?
I didn't want to be predictable. I did
predictable.
think about that.
I decided to go for a fat frog, an African bullfrog.
Ooh, okay. So I pre-prepped a sketch.
Let's go.
The main one that I think will be better is I did
Whoa.
Misty.
Wait, what the heck?
So it's Misty cosplaying as Bug Catcher. So here's her bug there.
Oh, these are so nice. See, when you said sketches, I had a...
This is a full illustration.
Yeah. Hi guys, I just did a doodle.
See, that's why you redo it before the camera's on, so you can like kind of, just a little sketch.
Goodness.
Yeah.
This took like 5 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna do first of all is I'm gonna do like a watercolor wash over it just to get like a base down. I think I'm gonna do a burnt umber or like maybe a burnt sienna. We've got our normal colors here, and then I picked up some extra fancy colors that I wanted. And this is gouache acrylic, which we don't want. This is garbage.
Is there a specific color I should be sketching with, or?
I don't think so. I would just say I would worry if it's like too soft of a graphite, it might lift up. So here's the slight practice.
Ooh, you practice.
So you see this sketchy stuff? That's gouache acrylic. It was very inconsistent. And I was like, this is trash. And then I went over here with the same color with just the straight gouache. Much better. When I was feeling spicy, I pulled like a white Copic over top of it, which you could do with paint, but I thought it would be nicer to get a nice line.
Well, let me tell you about Copic Acrea, our favorite
Is that what
white
you use?
Acrea.
That's what he used.
Oh, let's go, dude!
A fellow Copic Acrea.
I love Copic Acrea, dude. I'm obsessed with it.
All right. So, Dustin, question.
Okay.
How long have you been doing art for? And I guess, what has your artistic journey been like?
Professionally, probably like 5 years, I would say, but I've always, drawn as a kid, whatever.
It's not cool to say.
I think in 2019, I went full-time with conventions, mostly to pay for college, and then started doing studio work and like concept work for like gaming companies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen your
Like
YouTube
tests.
videos, man. You're very transparent with your the amount of money.
Yeah, to some
Like how much
people's
everything costs?
to some people's dismay.
No, I like it because like no artist ever like shares that. Really, I feel like.
Yeah, there's definitely a stigma. I think in
Yeah.
every industry with that. It's less gatekeeping,
Yeah, they know what to expect if that's something they want to do. I would love to participate in an artist alley one of these days, just because artist alley is one of my favorite things about any convention, and I've always wanted to experience it. like firsthand. What makes a good artist alley?
Oh, like a successful artist in the artist alley, or a good artist alley for attendees?
For attendees. Like, well, what does a well-managed artist alley look like?
You definitely want a juried show. So it's kind of like a gallery show, right? Mm-hmm. Depending on the type of venue. So like if it's an anime show, you're going to want good anime artists and stuff like that. So what we're seeing with like artist alley a lot is things are moving to lottery. So you're actually seeing like not as well curated artist alleys that like you get people who might be great artists, but don't necessarily match the attendance or what people are expecting. Obviously, like, art is subjective, but at the end of the day, if everybody's looking for their favorite waifu and nobody's an anime artist, like, you know, attendees are going to be disappointed.
I imagine now with the rise of AI art, it's probably gotten a bit harder, I guess, to vet which artists have actual, like,
That's
what is
true.
it?
Yeah.
Like their own art.
So, because I also have an online business, right? Mm-hmm. And I think online sales for a lot of artists, especially in the States, have dwindled because consumers are like more suspicious on what is AI, and they can't necessarily, like, the normal person can't tell the difference. Obviously, us art nerds spot it like right away. But in person shows, I think those sales that would have happened online are actually converting to better sales in person at certain events. And, you know, there are smaller shows or stuff that aren't like watching out for that, and then that's a shame, and those shows probably don't do well. But shows like AX or like bigger ones, like, they have to go through that stuff and make sure, or do the best they can to keep AI out, or it looks bad on them, and it's, you know, they're gonna get a lot of flack from the art community.
Yeah, that's for sure.
How does my croissant look?
That looks pretty good. Yeah.
Right. I'm not used to drawing baked goods.
Baked goods.
But I figured, since we are taking you guys to a bakery restaurant after this, and they have really yummy looking croissants,
So yummy.
I thought this would be the perfect subject to whet my appetite.
I feel like you need something here in the foreground, like maybe a little leaf or like berry or something, just to throw off, just to throw around the palette.
Yeah, that's a good idea. What made the worst artist alley the worst artist alley?
Doing conventions, like, at the end of the day is a business. There's always going to be cons that just, like, don't meet your expectations, which, like, I don't want to, like, name a con because they didn't get the attendance I wanted. You know what I mean? Yeah. But there's definitely shows that have, like, misrepresented, like, the attendance or like what they're going to do for artists. And I think that's like a whole category of shows that are happening. There's so many conventions, especially in the States, that are popping up. So I think it's just good to be careful when, like, if that's something you're interested in, to make sure to do your research and do it from like people who have been to this show. Because I've like looked at shows and they're like, we're gonna have 40,000 people and it's in this hall and it's great and you get an 8-foot table and it's this and that, and then you show up and it's like
it's dead.
It's dead. Like, if I think a certain attendance is gonna be at the show, that's how I'm like, okay, well, I know my averages and I know this and that for like certain types of people, and if it's like they're gonna get that attendance, I know what roughly around what I should make. So if I say fly across the country because I think it's worth it and it's, you know, they get a tenth of the attendance, then, you know, I'm not going to be very happy.
Yeah, it would make you over-prepare.
Yeah, make you over-prepare, and then, like, as a business, you might not make costs back, right? Like, artist alleys are getting so expensive these days. Mm-hmm. Average booth cost has gone from, like, $150 10 years ago to like almost $600 or $700 now.
Are you, what? For like a table?
Mm-hmm. At least in the States. I know that's a non-answer, but I would say there's a lot of shows right now misrepresenting.
Just over-promising inaccurate numbers.
Yeah.
I need to do a background.
Thick.
I thought you were saying I'm out of frame.
That's a big boy. How should I approach this?
I would say go for a base, and then once you get like a very light base down, then maybe build up your like shadows, and then like kind of start finding the form of the object. I would say either between like a burnt sienna, which is what I used, or like a Naples. I would also go with a base. With this guy, I would say go with like a dull like yellow green or something. Again, you could even use like a really washed out Naples.
What the heck is you mean maple color when you say maples?
Naples yellow.
Oh, Naples.
Yeah.
What does Naple mean?
It's like a place.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah! I love having guests on because they tell me what colors to use, and I'm like, yes! Yes!
So walk me through everything.
If it goes wrong, take this to do tests.
Oh, I was about to raw dog this gouache, dude.
Right, so I'm already thinking about what you said. This looks very poop-like, very hard and not wet, so that's good.
I think you need to get your your bowels checked out, but yeah, I could see where you're going with that.
How much? The water. How do I?
So you see how like this is kind of like almost non-existent?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, just like it depends how light you want it. So.
Oh, like the more water it is, the more lighter it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, the safer it is because you can build it up just like watercolor.
So I noticed was gouache like water? Like you can make it really watery.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, I added too much water.
It does kind of feel like watercolor. I'm sorry, I keep asking you for a step-by-step, like I don't have a mind of my own.
No, that's okay.
What should I... How do,
you just want the next step? This photo you got here is a little interesting. So we have like this very intense like highlights going this way.
Yeah.
So that's going to be what really shows the shape of it, right? So I would say let's start putting in some shadows here with a darker brown, but like keep it watered down and start trying to build that shape up. So we want to keep like the edges getting a little darker so this light starts showing through.
It's like I'm doing like a little photo study. I don't think you know how amateur I am with paints.
All right, so I have to go from yellow to red to like green. Yeah, I'm going from lighter to darker. Is that what I'm doing?
I actually think you'd be pretty good going with the burnt sienna, which is like this orangey color, and then you can kind of start building up the shadow shapes here and getting like the shapes over here going.
And then go green.
And then you can go more green with the opaqueness of it.
What stresses me out about painting is I feel like a lot of it involves experimenting and playing around with colors, and I don't know how to do that. I'm very much like I need to be told what to do.
So what's happening here is
what did I do?
No. This is really nice. So I like how you're like showing these like kind of divots in there. You're starting to like pop up these forms, right? It's a lot of building, right?
Yeah.
Once you get confident, you can like throw on full-on opaque things, right? But I think this stage is like your safe space, right?
Oh, I see. It's like watercolor stage.
How do you shade so fast?
It's one layer and then one more layer for the shading. Oh. I just was more aggressive with it.
Looks very nice.
Yeah, you went dark. I mean, not dark, but like opaque. I mean, not opaque. I mean, solid.
Find the word.
I hear what you're saying. I hear you. I'm picking up what you're picking up.
See, now I started with this orange, which is like similar to a skin tone, kind of. And my
like normal go-to is to start with like the focal points, like the faces. But now I'm like, it's blending in too much. I gotta do something else.
But like, if you mess up with the color, you can kind of like, can you overwrite?
Yeah, that's the great thing about gouache, unlike watercolor, is if you like just put it on without the water, it will cover like anything up. I did see some of your other episodes before coming on here. You know, got to do the research.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are crazy fast with your drawings, or at least your editing makes it look like that.
Oh, yeah.
Depends on the video.
Yeah, you should see the raw. Some viewers are just like, can we see the unedited version?
I'm like, you don't want to see
the
the
we're like, you don't want to. That's so boring.
All right, Ink Drops, in case you didn't know, a lot of our videos where it's just me and Daidus, we just won't talk for like 20 minutes straight. we'll like turn on a playlist.
Well, especially
and
the sketch phase is like the that's the phase where like, you know, we just gotta get it done.
Yeah, Ink Drops, you guys think that we are cutting out like 2 hours worth of like fun conversation and banter? No, what you see edited, that's like all the talking.
Do you spend a lot of time like printing shit?
We have printers at my house. And
thank God. You got a printer at your house, okay.
But then also like the Ghibli stuff is like, that's all specialty done. So that has to go through like a different company who like will do the golding
gold
on
stuff.
it. Yeah. Which honestly, I prefer that because I don't have to do anything.
Are you still selling those?
I am. It's
kind of if you get your own Ghibli gold foil tarot card prints.
It's kind of a running joke at the moment because during the pandemic, I redid every piece of artwork that I offered. And I try to like switch out stuff really regularly, but those are so popular and people know me for them so much that like I can't get them off my table.
Why not? Those are beautiful.
Yeah, keep them. It's an oldie but a goodie.
Just don't look at the line work too close.
I remember, what is it? The first time I bought your Ghibli like tarot prints for like a Christmas gift. It came in and I was like, damn, these look good. I'm like, I want my own set. So then I ordered another set for myself. And then my roommate at the time, she saw the prints and she's like, oh my God, these are beautiful. Where'd you get these? And I was like, cool, I'm gonna get her a Christmas gift of these same prints. So then in like one holiday, like me and 2 other friends just had the exact same prints.
Well, I remember it comes in a pretty box too, right?
Yeah! Yeah, it did.
That box is my biggest headache as like running an online shop because it's like it's supposed to be the shipping box, right?
Yeah.
But we made it too pretty, so people get mad if it gets like dinged in the mail.
Oh.
So like
put the box in a box.
so I have to put the box in a box. Yeah. So we need some more color in this. What's going on?
Oh, okay. I thought I was still doing shadow stuff.
Wait, why are we all doing orange? Hey,
I thought I was doing shadow
why are
stuff.
you frog orange?
Well, I feel like this would look more.
I think that's better.
Maybe it
Yeah.
would fit with this, right?
Yeah, and if it's too like bluey, you can also like mix it with a yellow if you feel the need.
Okay.
I have a palette knife if you
I
want to
still have a
mix it.
yellow here too. What the heck? How do you? I've never used this in my entire life.
Oh, okay, here.
He's knifing.
Also, I'm not sick, by the way.
I am.
It's
No, I'm
just,
kidding.
you know how like after you have the flu, the cough is always the most stubborn symptom to go. I have a
Wow.
very slight cough. It was a lot worse like 2 days
Look at
ago.
this action.
We're busy knifing. Nobody's listening to you anymore.
We're knifing.
So that's how you can mix like a lot at once.
We're playing daggers.
And then you can also like, you know.
Whoa, wait, what the hell? This is clean.
Why would you do that to your own piece? Now it's like every time we have a guest, they just like don't care about their piece. They're just like just like ruin their little thing.
Okay, what color did you want to make? We'll mix it up for you.
Dark. Oh yeah, I guess like dark green, huh? Well,
Like
not
the
dark
blue.
green, but
Give
like
me that one.
greener. Yeah, this is a little too teal-ish. I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Too much.
Okay, he's doing some color theory here.
Some color theory.
I feel like a baby. You're like just like making a color for me.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's
Ooh,
nice. That's nice.
okay. He's about to palette it up, yeah.
And let's take like part of that, and then we'll.
Oh yeah. I usually just use. I'm lazy. I usually just use the brush. Is there a difference between like a palette knife and just a brush? You don't want to ruin your brush, huh?
It's just to get more and to be like consistent if you know you need a lot of it. But you can definitely use the brush. It's just I'm not consistent. We'll throw in the complement so it kind of dulls a little bit. So we have a little bit here. Let's see. Can I get enough?
Compliment.
Yeah, because green, red. You get to mix this one. This. and
Okay,
the-
okay. You're okay. Baby's gotta get to the.
Be careful of getting those ones in there.
So what am I doing?
You're just gonna lift it up and then go.
Lift this. The whole glob.
Yeah.
And then what? Put it in here.
Yep.
The whole thing.
Yep.
Oh, is this
And then
white?
mix it.
Is this white gouache?
Yes.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh.
You're doing it. You're doing
You
it.
sure I didn't go too powerful here?
I mean, we can put more green in there if we
What
need.
about the yellow?
You don't want that.
Okay.
And now you're ready to go.
Am I?
No excuses anymore.
I'm gonna make all the excuses here.
Okay.
All right, there's my statue frog. I'm done, guys. Time to leave.
Dustin, question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your relationship with...
This is starting out crazy.
No, traditional art! I was gonna say, what's your relationship with traditional art like?
Oh God, I'm gonna piss everybody off.
No.
What?
What do you mean?
So when I first started like my art career or whatever, I was solely an oil painter. That's like all I did. I worked in galleries for a bit.
Damn.
Didn't love it. The gallery scene was not for me. It's a little too. We'll leave it there. It was not for me. It was not for me.
I get a hint.
Yeah. As much as I love like oil paintings, like I want them on my walls and stuff. It just, I wasn't very efficient. I was kind of a nervous painter, so I would sit there for days and be like, oh, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. Like oil paintings are still like my favorite method of like making traditional art. So because I'm not very efficient at it, I kind of switched over to being a digital artist, and because that's kind of like doing concept work and like the gaming career, like field and stuff kind of requires it.
Yeah.
I kind of haven't looked back too much, so my relationship is non-existent.
So let's go for the tried and true question. Do you like digital art or physical art more?
There's no
Traditional.
wrong answer.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer
prefer
because me
digital.
and Emily are a digital artist, and I think digital is just bop, 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 bop. But traditional is something feels good about it.
I definitely prefer digital art more. I think I'm just better at it.
Anytime I'm buying like an original or something, like I don't really buy like prints anymore. I'm always like buying like paintings or stuff.
You're
from
right.
else.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because it's like, this is a one. Like, this is the
Yeah.
original.
So as a consumer, like it's almost the complete opposite. But as like a creator, digital.
Honestly, I think you vocalized exactly my feelings, and that's not just a cop-out answer, so I don't have to like elaborate. Just more like, same.
Gotcha. Cool.
You know what he said.
Sick.
But I think with traditional, especially with spilled ink, I feel a lot more, I guess, fulfilled if I make a piece traditionally and I actually like it. Because I'm like, whoa, I like it. I like this tangible piece of art that I created. I don't know. For digital, if I like a piece, I'm like, cool. Save that to my folder.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll come back to this at some point.
It's interesting, even me like sketching this, because I normally sketch on the iPad, but I'm like,
Right.
oh, I gotta perform. I gotta look good.
Yeah.
I made her head like way bigger than I wanted, but like to compensate that, I made her feet much bigger and stuff. And I'm like,
Right.
if it was digital, I'd just be like, transform tool.
Yeah.
So like, there's like fun, wonky things that like I actually kind of like how it turned out, but like it would have never happened digitally because those weren't the decisions I would have made. But I had to
Yeah.
fly with them.
Happy accident. How's your bread coming along, Emily? Looking bready over there.
It looks like there's a ton of layers. What's up? Why you laugh when you looked at it? What the hell? Why'd you laugh?
You know what this looks like?
What the F? Wait.
You know what this looks like? It looks like
Why'd you laugh? Why is he laughing at my croissant?
It's just funny. I see all your like happy-go-lucky sprites all the time, and then it's just loaf.
it's just a little.
I know. I'm sorry I didn't go for a more ambitious something.
It's doing great. It's a good C+ loaf.
But like I was saying, this reminds me of like that old, you know, that color like on the Game Boy or something.
Oh.
You know the old color, like the orange here reminds me of that, like the sprite work.
I think it's very like a traditional painting method to start with like a brown or orange. 'Cause you
Is
can
it?
get like the glow that comes through, or at least that's how I was taught back in the day.
You know what I noticed though? The older I get, the more obsessed I become with ergonomics. I'm like, I want an ergonomic chair. I want an ergonomic footstool.
Yeah, I mean
My
these aren't
mouse is
doing it very. These aren't doing it for me.
I got ergonomic mouse. It's like a sideways vertical mouse.
Oh, one of those like looks like a car, like a sports car looking thing.
Yeah, kinda.
Like weirdly shaped.
Yeah. Hey, you know, like these health concerns of being on the computer all the time has not been documented properly yet because we're like the guinea pigs of all that stuff.
How much screen time you do? How much screen time you got?
Oh my god, I don't. How do you even measure that?
Well, I work like when I'm doing art, I do almost everything on the iPad now, and that'll tell you your screen time.
That's not a fair question because our careers are online.
That's true.
What color should I do this rock? Like brown?
Brown.
Dark brown?
Yeah, brown. Or actually, I would say go more gray.
Could you supply me with a gray, please?
With a gray? Okay, so we've got black, which we will need.
That's you want me to chemically make this
You're going to have
gray?
to chemically...
Chemically
Yeah, here you go, sir.
Wow.
It's your last one. You better use it wisely.
Oh, thank you for letting us use your supply here.
A bit.
Okay.
And we're going to go whoop, and then we'll...
What is that technique? Whoop and then down? You went like crossing down like a video game.
I do what I
Doing a
got.
cheat code.
You know, X, circle, square, square.
Wow, I did it. Look at my gray, guys. I did that.
Oh wow, good job, honey.
Wow, thank you.
You're so good.
So would you guys ever use gouache again? Are you sold? Are you hating it?
I'm down.
I
we
kind of
feeling?
like it because it's kind of like it just feels like watercolor to me, but like more control, I think.
Dustin, what's your least favorite art medium that you've worked with?
Probably like pastels or something.
Oh,
Pastels,
Are
why?
those the ones that like get your hands all dusty?
They're like,
They're like charcoal but color, right?
yeah, they're just so...
Charcoal but color. That's a good way to put
It
it.
just gets so muddy so fast. Like, you just like... It's a whole different skill. You think you know art? No.
Is it hard mode?
It is hard mode, for sure. I think. I mean, you never know.
Everybody's got their hard medium.
Honey, your frog looks so good. Look at him.
Thick.
She's chilling. You
You
got little
captured
flies.
like the melting
Oh, yeah.
physique of an African bullfrog so well.
I mean, I use reference, so.
Would you eat this croissant?
My reflection, show it.
Be honest.
It looked like plastic. It looked like a display food.
I mean, those do look delicious, though. I'd give it a bite. I'd see where it goes.
I'd give it a bite.
Damn it, did I add too many? I had too many shinies, huh?
I like them. I think lean into them.
Really?
Yeah,
You-
live
you
with your
can-
mistakes.
You can remove some shinies.
Oh, I
can't you?
can! I use gouache!
I like gouache. I'm a fan now. If I liked watercolor, I like gouache, I guess.
Well, I'm happy I could introduce you.
Are those little flies?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Bzzz.
I can smell your painting.
Why? You smell?
We need to add flies to this one.
Nice. Why? Why? What the heck?
I did what I did, and it is what it is.
That's Misty on a dodo. Isn't she a water trainer?
She's cosplaying. She's cosplaying.
She looked like, you know what she looked like? You know Smokey the Bear, like forest fires? Look like she's hired as patrol, like
Are you
park
saying she looks like
patrol.
a park ranger?
Yeah, she looks like a park ranger. Thank you. Yes.
So I wanted to draw like a lady version of Bugcatcher, and then I forgot what other female trainers look like.
Only Misty.
So it's just Misty.
Oh, it was supposed to be a bug trainer too? I see that, dude.
It's Misty trying out a different career.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love this guy's face.
I was gonna put a Weedle here, but then I didn't. So you can imagine it.
It's a little tongue sticking out too. I do like look at this, the shadow here, and then like this land. It looks like those video game lands. You know what I mean?
Or like an acrylic stand.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When's the last time you used gouache besides the practice that you did?
6 years.
What?
Whoa!
How did it feel to have a reunion with Gouache?
It felt good. It's better than I remember, honestly.
Bro, time to
That's
come
why I
back.
forgot which one was the acrylic gouache and which one was the normal.
Time
You
to
did
come
a great
back,
job.
bro.
I would not have thought that you had not touched Gouache in so long.
I would have been more confident with oils, but I did not want to subject you guys to that.
Thank you.
All right. Well, there's that. All right, Emily, you next or me?
I'll go. This is my humble croissant.
You know what? It looks kind of good, like close up, actually.
What? Are you saying it? Wait, what? Are you
I
saying
just-
it didn't look good before?
No, I think like if you had like some more darker browns in here, I think
Yeah.
it would like really pop.
I think I was
Like I think
too
you're
scared.
you're really close because yeah, this looks good. I think you got too scared in the shadows here, but
It does look yummy. Yeah.
it does look yummy.
I think
now
the
that-
camera zoomed in is picking up it better than it was
Right?
before.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, maybe I have to make the lines more defined. I don't know. It was definitely like a learning experience.
It's because it's an organic shape, so it's a little like you don't know if you're doing it wrong or not. I think a lot of times.
Well,
But
that looks
it
like
was fun. This was like my first, I guess, real attempt at food art
and gouache.
and gouache. So, you know, two
Double
new
banger.
experiences at the same time.
Yeah, it looks like a good breakfast.
I just made myself hungry.
Yeah.
working on it.
So
My tummy got
I'll go
growly.
next so we can eat after
Yeah!
this. There we go. We got the African bullfrog.
I love his stubby arms.
It's a sexy goose.
I
They don't make them like that, like they used to. You know what I'm
Dude.
saying?
He's cute.
I'm just obsessed with fat animals. So like the African bullfrog, I just love him so much. I love. He's just built diff, you know.
Not a single thought behind those eyes.
That's why the flies. All right.
So cute. I think this turned out great. And this was also your first time gouache, or have you worked with gouache before? I forget.
I've never touched gouache. I didn't even know gouache existed until like, he came over.
But
All right.
this turned out great. I think you did a good job, honey.
I like it. I like it. I'm
Yeah.
very proud of my bullfrog here.
He looks so soft.
You need like a gilded, like really ornate, like rococo frame, and just put it up in there.
Here's our damage and our messy battlefield here.
Looks
You
like
put
it
yours
looks
down.
like he's thinking about the croissant.
Ba-bam.
And then yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
So
Woo! Thank you also for letting us use your supplies.
Oh,
Yes.
You did not
anytime,
have to,
anytime.
but thank you so
So-
much.
please follow
Inkwell,
Inkwell on YouTube.
and Instagram.
And if you're interested in knowing how much con people make, yo, he's the guy. He's the guy right there. And thanks to our patrons. We'll list them right here. Bada boom, bada bada boom. Any
Damn.
last words, Mr. Dustin?
So professional, right up until the end. So, you know, I think you got it. You did a great job.
Thank you for guesting.
Thank
on
you
this
for-
episode of Spilled Ink.
Thank you for having me. It was wonderful to see you guys struggle with the gouache. I think you all
We're
did great.
struggling.
And also, yeah, thank you so much for giving us pointers while we were painting.
I learned a
Very
lot, actually.
appreciated
Thank you. And thank you for making the colors for me. I mean, all me. Sorry. That is on me.
I was making it up as I
All right.
went.
We're going to go eat. Bye. We're going to eat
Bye.
Emily's croissant.